But I'm sure that these very familiar and warm sounds coming from the terracings will act as a huge tonic to these Liverpool players who have come through a long, dark tunnel in the past couple of weeks. And that is Kenny's selection for today. It is gratifying that he has got on the field some very badly affected players like John Barnes and Steve McMahon. And Kenny, 37 years of age, left Celtic in 1977, but believe you me, the bond between himself and this stadium has never been stronger. There is Celtic, and even though they lost the championship yesterday afternoon to Rangers, there is an amazing buoyancy about the stadium. There is a wonderful family atmosphere about this today. I'm sure this game ultimately will end up very competitive. They are professional players, and Liverpool begin to climb the mountain back to reality of football. Liverpool team with 4 Scots, and a couple of them you saw there, Alan Hansen and Gary Gillespie. Actually had appendicitis. Celtic winning most of the tackles. Not surprisingly, they'll be in a sharper condition than Liverpool. There's Dalglish. Houghton. Rush. Dalglish floated at it beautifully. Barnes at that end, and there's Bonner. Yes, appreciative of that ball. It really stretched the Celtic defenders. Stark having to come back deep as Liverpool began to exert their authority, which they're continuing to do, and here's Barnes again. Nickel to Dalglish. What a beautiful ball. Well, the man has the club. Tommy crafts his way through a game with that very educated left foot of his. Superb footballer. Bad for Rush. The Liverpool defenders giving the impression that they're largely untroubled. They're picked up very well by Stark. That's an excellent ball again. Coyne needs to play it wide, and that angle was very effective here towards the goal line. That was a real chance for Celtic. Oh, Notts through the middle again. Little gaps appearing. Well, having said a few moments ago that the Liverpool defenders were giving the impression of being largely untroubled, they're beginning to look slightly lethargic and almost paid the penalty there. Game with some immaculate touches by both sides. McGee is there. Houghton. To Barnes, beginning to wander, and Relish getting back into the business again. McMahon to Dalglish. That's great play. Barnes tries to curl it right. That must be a goal. It is. Kenny Dalglish with Jubilee, and he loves it. Isn't it marvellous to see a broad smile in that man's face again? And football and scoring goals, which is what he was born for, has done it for him. Look at this. Beautiful little deft touch. He's been full of them all afternoon, and getting up there very quickly on that mistake by Bonner. Barnes. Makes it look so easy. That was a difficult ball. Here's Rush going in. Well, right off balance. Dalglish almost comes off for him, and he gets it through to Houghton. Oh. Being substituted by Elliott for Celtic, one of the youngsters. Liverpool had pushed players forward, and Celtic really got to find a gap in a situation like this. Nice movement there by the youngster again, Elliott. In a very good position, and I think that ball has gone over. Yes, well, he's not inhibited in any way. He's certainly not overawed by playing in this setting against the mighty Liverpool. And it looks to me as if Kenny is going off. And on comes John Aldridge. And I'm sure the Liverpool supporters delighted to see this man who was, as I understand, deeply affected by what happened. Nicely balanced there by Burrows. Look at this. Beautiful play. McMahon. That's Nicholl. Well, any Liverpool supporter coming to watch their team this afternoon, wondering just what a state of mind or physical state it would be in. I think it's all eased off now. They've answered a lot of questions and answered them well. Barnes. Find it difficult to get that ball off him. Oh, it took three. Look at this, it's too bad. Oh, it's a brilliant stop by Barnes, and it must be a second. Yes, Aldridge. 2-0. A lot of Liverpudlians in there, and enjoying the sight of the genius of Barnes and the clinical finishing of John Aldridge getting up on that. Another mistake by Bonner, and in it went.